Hey gang, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Andrew Wolfe, and today we're going to be talking about Boulder, Colorado. I'm here with Henry Russell with the cast team again, and today we're going to be kind of building your beginner relocation guide to Boulder. So how do we get started? We've made the decision. We're making the trip out to the mountains. We're moving to one of the best cities in the whole country, one of the best cities in the state of Colorado. How do we get rolling? So the first thing I want to think about is like some subjects people consider when they're moving to Colorado and kind of address some of those questions, right? So the first one we get a lot, both of us are transplants, so I think we kind of maybe had these same thoughts ourselves back in the day. What is winter like in Colorado? Winter in my head in Colorado was like this like snowy oasis. It was like hot, right?
Yes.
What was it like for you? What was your kind of thoughts on winter coming in?
You know, it's funny because I live in a lot of different states, but I lived in Omaha, Nebraska for a very long time as a kid. And when it snows there, it never goes away. Right.
Yeah.
It's cold, it's humid, it stays. So the only thing I thought about when I came here was like, oh my God, when it snows, and I hear it snows a lot, it's going to be on the ground forever.
Yeah.
And then I found out that's not how it works.
Not sure. Yeah. Winter here is probably my favorite season. If I'm being honest with you, right? So yeah, you'll have the days where it snows. Sometimes it sneaks up on you in end of May and it snowed like a week ago here. But even in like some of the worst snowfalls, it's basically gone in 12 to 36 hours.
12 to 36 hours. And when I say it's gone, I mean that the roads are clear, they're dry. The only time that you really have to drive in snow is when it's actually falling. The system that they have in place here is amazing. And they've done such a great job. So yes, do we get snow? Yes. Do we get a lot of snow? Yes. Is it off the roadways and sidewalks within 24 hours? Yes. So you don't really have to worry about driving the snow that much here.
Yeah. And it's so sunny and warm. For every 20-degree snowy day, you have 50 to 70-degree days where it's nice and sunny and there's not a care in them.
Hey, they said we get 300 days of sunshine here.
I haven't counted, but it's probably kind of close.
Pretty close.
The one thing I would say, so the elevation, I think, is something that you do want to consider.
Yeah.
Right? Especially those of us who are moving to Boulder, because most of the folks moving here are one of the main reasons why is it's such an active city. Whether you like to hike, bike, even ski, you're a pretty active person, and Boulder is consistently voted one of the healthiest cities in the whole country, right?
Yes.
So if you are moving here from Omaha, Nebraska, from Portland, Oregon, some of these places that are at
sea level,
give yourself a minute.
Yes.
I
have a rule. When I pick up people from the airport, I always put water in the car, right? Because you're going to need to drink lots of water and you're going to need to acclimate, right? You're going to need to acclimate to your environment, and you are going to be at an elevation in Boulder that you've probably never been at, not for an extended amount of time, right? So when you're doing all those great things, you definitely have to think about that.
Yeah. So I would say bottle of water, maybe give yourself a few extra calories and ease into getting back to your normal activity life. Right? So I moved here from Oregon 3 months out of being a college athlete, right? And I decided to come back in here, and I dropped off my dog at my house and literally changed clothes and drove to the jiu-jitsu gym to get some rolls in.
Goodness.
It was a big mistake. It was not a smart move by me at 22 years old.
No.
Shout out to Colorado Victory MMA in the Springs. Great guys down there.
Nice.
They did not warn me though. So it took me a minute. Had to pace myself going forward. The lungs burned a little bit, but I would say give it a week, maybe two, and you'll be able to crank up your normal level of activity.
I think everyone has a story like that. I was at a conference in Detroit, Michigan, at one of our great lenders that we utilize, actually. We utilize them about 90% of the time. It's called, shout out to United Wholesale Mortgage. And what we did is I had a trip to Breckenridge coming up, which is also at about 9,000 feet, okay? So I went from sea level at Detroit, Michigan, got here, drove up to Breckenridge, and then did a bike ride. Guess what happened to me?
Like seized up and
Yes. So even if you live here, you still cannot just come in flat or come in cold and not acclimate to the area. So super important that you do that. Obviously, we don't want you to have any health issues, but it is very important that you realize that you're at elevation now, and there's a few things that you probably should do before you do that stuff.
And one of the last things I want to talk about, kind of our initial, starter conversation.
Right.
And we'll get into the weeds of some of the stuff more later. But a lot of folks who are moving here are moving from places where they might be used to larger homes and larger footprints of homes.
Right.
So Boulder, and honestly Colorado in general,
I would say overall,
is going to be primarily built of smaller homes. Circumstance of being a relatively new state, and the city's even developed even newer, more recently than that. But some of the homes are a little bit smaller, some of the footprints are a little bit smaller. Like we were talking, if you got a 1/4-acre lot in Boulder County, that's a big old lot.
That's a big lot. Yes.
So I would say a mind frame shift sometimes needs to occur from having this huge house that you might see, especially a lot of us folks are moving to Texas, is one of the biggest relocation targets from Colorado, right?
Right.
Your home's probably gonna be a little bit smaller. Your yard's gonna be probably a little bit smaller, which is less to manage. But the trade-off you get is you are in the middle of some of the most gorgeous nature in the entire world. So people live in their four walls, but their lifestyle carries them outside of those into some of the surrounding areas, whether it's going to Pearl Street to catch a show and a great bite to eat, going to Chautauqua to get a great hike in, or driving 30 minutes to Eldora and getting some skiing in, right? So,
Well, and that's the nice thing about that is that, yeah, you're going to get a smaller footprint, but like you said, you're going to be in the middle, and you're going to see in some of our other videos that we're going to really showcase the Flatirons and Pearl Street, all of these places that he's talking about. You're going to see what that trade-off is between getting a smaller house but getting a little bit better surrounding area, and it just being a real community. Right. So when you think about your house, you're not thinking about, I've got to do everything in this house. It's not going to be that way this time.
All right, guys, so that's going to be our starter guide here from Boulder, Colorado. We want to be your Boulder relocation team here, right? So it's important to get started early. Watch our next videos. It's a 5-step guide on the first steps you got to take to make Boulder your new home. Come on, give us a shout. Andrew Wolfe of Strategic Real Estate.
Henry Cash Russell, Jr. of Cash Team Homes.
That's right, baby. So we both love making these videos. Make sure you engage with Henry's content online as well. Check out his website here. It's going to be awesome. We both love making these videos. We love you more. Connect online. All of our contact information will be below. Give us a shout. Give us an email. We'll respond to comments, and we'll see you guys out here when we're ready to move.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Have a great day.